Welcome to the Equi-Heart Pledge. I'm Dr. Jen, and today I'd like to share with you a little concept I call SynchroDestiny that the horses have been helping me understand. So you might remember that last week I was trying to decide if I was going to schedule a trip out to California for this interesting business opportunity out there with the horses. And Jem showed me that I didn't need to understand the hows or the whys. I just needed to get in motion and walk forward. And so I've been getting ready to walk forward by scheduling the trip out there. And the closer I get to scheduling the trip, the sort of more questions and doubts and the monkey mind started going. And so I really wanted to use her piece of advice, but I was getting a little stuck again in wondering, how is this all going to work out? So last night, as I went to sleep, I asked the horses for a sign, a very clear sign that I was, yes, supposed to schedule this trip out to California to investigate this opportunity further. So this morning I woke up and my brother called twice before noon. And he said, when he finally got me on the phone, he said, "Jen, do you want to meet me out in California for a business conference?" And I said, I think that's my sign. I think I'm supposed to be there. So I wanted to share with you that you can ask the horses to help you find your path and follow your destiny path. They have an amazing ability to make things happen behind the scenes in ways that we can't comprehend. I wanted to share another example of how that happened, and that is actually how Jem, my black mare, got here. She is the daughter of Serendipity, who's my 22-year-old first horse I've ever had. And what happened was last summer, I had a friend who's a psychic and a healer out, and she was working with Saren. And she came across something in her stomach. She felt like that Saren was carrying a wound about one of her babies. And Saren said that she'd really like to see that baby again. So when my friend left, I talked to Saren and I said, "Saren, if it's ever possible for you to have that baby here, I'll make that happen for you." Because we already have one of her daughters here, and it's sort of a vision I have that I could have all of Saren's babies here, because Saren means so much to me. So I said that to Saren, and then literally I promptly forgot that I ever made that promise to her. And then a few months later, it's September, and it's coming up to my birthday. And the whole week before my birthday, I found myself saying, for reasons that I really didn't understand, that I always wanted a pony for my birthday. I must have repeated that 50 times the week before my birthday. I always wanted a pony for my birthday. And to be honest, we were doing a rescue project at the time, and I thought that maybe I'd be picking up this rescue horse on my birthday, and that would be the pony I got for my birthday. But that never came through. But the day before my birthday, I got a phone call from the woman who owned Jem, Saren's other daughter. And she said to me, "Jen, I need to find a home for this horse. This is my rock bottom price. And I have a friend that's coming to Colorado." They were in Wisconsin. "I have a friend who's coming to Colorado tomorrow, so she could bring you this horse tomorrow. What do you think?" And I was literally flabbergasted. Here was a pony being offered for my birthday, but not just any pony, but one of Saren's babies, one of my dreams. And I thought the baby that Saren had had the healing issue with. And so I sat with it, and of course my heart leapt and said, yes, 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 of course she's supposed to be here. Yes, we want her. But the price was still out of my budget. So I sat with the numbers, and I made this sort of pathetic offer because I didn't have the money that she wanted for her. And I said, well, look, we could put down this little tiny amount, and I could give you this little tiny amount once a month until she's paid off. What do you think of that? And the woman said to me, "No, I don't think that that's going to work, but let me sleep on it and I'll call you in the morning." So I went out to Saren that night and I said, "Saren, look, if you want your baby here, the two of you are going to have to work this out with her owner overnight." And then I just left it in their hands because I felt like I did everything that I could do, and then I had to let it go. Because as much anguish as I had about really wanting to make this happen, I had no more power to make it happen. So I left it in the horse's hands. And lo and behold, at 7:30 the next morning, I got a call. And she said, "Yes, let's do it." And she sent the mare that day. And she arrived because it takes a couple days to get from Wisconsin, so she arrived a couple days after my birthday. And of course, it was not love at first sight. I had bought her completely sight unseen, not even a picture, just based on the fact that she was Saren's baby. and I knew that she was supposed to be with us. And she was smaller than advertised, she wasn't quite sound, and she was nervous, which was unlike Saren and her other baby. And so I thought, God, what on earth did I do? Here I'm going to have to pay all this money for a horse that's smaller than we can really use, who's not even sound, and who isn't very much fun to ride. What did I do? Well, of course I did what was perfect, because the very first time we had a healing session here at the ranch for a client, Jem was in the pen with the horse that the woman had selected to work with. And what did Jem do? She was only here maybe 3 weeks at the time. Jem walked right over to the client and stood right behind her for the entire session, and she did the session with Charm, our other horse. She was already a healer. She was automatically drawn to the work and knew exactly what our work was all about. And in the first play shop we had, she was amazing. She's a born healer, and she was meant to be here with her mother and her full sister to do the healing work with us. That was part of her destiny. She carries an amazing gift of compassion that's really healing. And so that, my friends, is the power of horse to work with the universe to make things happen. I call it SynchroDestiny. It's a word that Deepak Chopra uses, and I love that word. So I invite you to wonder where you can ask the horses for help to help you find your destiny and move closer to your destiny. Is there something that you need some help with? Do you need a sign? Do you need to have them help you make something happen or allow something to happen? The horses have the power to move mountains, and I invite you to partner with them to make your heart soar. I'll see you guys tomorrow.